Well, hey fans, welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk Spoilers, and today we're talking spoilers for Black Adam. Now, I can't believe it, just like you all can't believe it. The time is finally here. Black Adam has come out in theaters after us waiting almost a decade to see this film realized. And I enjoyed myself. I have major issues with this movie. Let's not get it twisted. But I did enjoy myself. I believe I gave it a solid 5 out of 10 over on the website. Head over and check out my review there. Let's get with what I liked about it. I really liked The Rock as Black Adam. I think he is perfect for the role, and nobody else should dare to play it. He shows dedication to making the DCEU succeed. The shape that he got in and maintained to play this character is just crazy. You don't really see that from stars nowadays. I think he even was more dedicated than Hugh Jackman was in the final appearance of Logan. But like, there were no pads in his suit, and you can definitely tell it was skin tight. He really played the role well, and the costume department all around, they did a fantastic job. Everybody's costumes looked great, from Black Adam to Hawkman to Doctor Fate, Atom Smasher. All of them, they look pretty good. Some of the CGI was a bit wonky, especially with Sabak toward the end. You can tell they were trying to hide as much as they could, and a lot of that could be due to the old visual effects workers being overworked because of Marvel and basically all these other films that are using CGI, as opposed to back in the day it was rarely used. So, I did really like that aspect of it. Aldis Hodge is Hawkman. He is pretty good. There are some issues with his character, which is really issues with the writing, and that is really issues with the universe that I will get back to. In terms of Black Adam's costume, though, switching back to him, I like his grizzled costume better than the nice and clean one he has at the end when he has the cape. I don't think the cape is necessary. I like him without the cape and looking rough. But back to the Justice Society of America, I was happy to see them, although their inclusion in this universe doesn't really make sense. Like, if they have been these superheroes for such a long time, where were they when the Kryptonians tried to invade Earth? How come they didn't help Superman? These are questions that need answered. And maybe the reason for this is that this actually takes place in the rebooted universe. Because remember, The Flash was supposed to have already come out, and this was supposed to come out after that. So it could be that in this rebooted timeline, the Justice Society of America existed, but we don't know because they shifted things around, and it doesn't really make sense. And this goes with Hawkman and his antiquated sense of morality, where he's like, heroes don't kill. Like, heroes don't kill people, but we've seen Superman kill, we've seen Batman kill, we've seen Wonder Woman kill, we've seen all these heroes kill. And if you jump over to the MCU, all of those heroes kill. The thing about it is, heroes kill, and heroes have always killed, and people always talk about how Batman has his no-kill rule, and they've kind of morphed it to that like later on in life. But Batman has never had a no-kill rule. Batman has always had a no-gun rule. Batman doesn't like to use guns. Guns is what killed his parents. Now, Batman beats the shit out of bad guys all the time. Now, he doesn't actively try to murder them, but when he inflicts those injuries on people, if they die, so be it. They are criminals. It comes with the territory of being a superhero. And that is basically what Black Adam is. And The Rock did all this press talking about, well, he's basically like Superman, but he has magical powers and he'll kill you. And it's like, in this modern era, that is exactly what every hero does. So Black Adam's not really an anti-hero. Whereas, like a person like Deadpool. Deadpool is an anti-hero because Deadpool, he kills good guys or bad guys. He's a mercenary. Whoever pays him the most, and collateral damage means nothing to him. Black Adam, on the other hand, he has like a sense of moral code where he's happy to kill bad guys, but he doesn't really hurt innocents. So he's really more of a hero and not an anti-hero. So yeah, there's that. And Dr. Fate looked great. Dr. Fate looks phenomenal. I like his costume, I like his armor, I like Pierce Brosnan in the role. It looks like he only signed on for this one film because his character unfortunately does die at the end. But it makes sense for his character to not, because there have been numerous Dr. Fates. Dr. Fate is really the helmet. The person is just an avatar for him. So I think they're probably going to go with a Middle Eastern actor as the next Dr. Fate. I can't remember the character's name in the comics, but he's like a nephew of Dr. Fate, like, and his father is Middle Eastern, his mom is white. So I think that's the route they're gonna go, and I think that makes a lot of sense. I would like to see like a prequel about how the Justice Society of America formed. We can get like a younger character to play Dr. Fate. I would go with somebody like Taron Egerton. I think Taron Egerton would make a great young Dr. Fate if they did like a prequel of some sort, and maybe have like Wonder Woman show up and like they ask her to join the team and she says no, I've walked away from the world of man. There's something they should do to like fix this universe because it is a hodgepodge and it is a mess. We'll see what James Gunn and Peter Safran do. We'll see what the Flash, how that changes the universe moving forward. Like I said, things I didn't like about the movie. It's a mess. It is a mess in terms of the plot. It's like 5 different films in one. It is like it's a Black Adam movie. It is a Black Adam prequel movie, which we only get to see a little bit of his backstory. And I'll get more to that because I actually kind of like what they did with his backstory. It is a Suicide Squad movie. And it is like a Shazam type movie. It's like so many things squeezed into one. And I like what they were trying to do. They were trying to give like this late 90s, early 2000s blockbuster feel. It kind of seems a little like Terminator 2 with the little kid teaming up with Black Adam to, help him acclimate to today's world, stuff like that. Like I said, I did enjoy, and there are like a lot of rumors around what the script for this movie was. I did hear at a certain point the sequel to Suicide Squad was going to be Amanda Waller creating a Task Force X team to infiltrate Kahndaq and to get Black Adam's tomb and bring it back so she can have control of Black Adam. I heard that was something planned at one point, and it looks like they kind of took parts of that script and put it in here. They have like a Justice Society of America movie about joining that team. Apparently there was a team back in the day. The younger characters who were pointless in this film. They are really pointless. Noah Centineo as Atom Smasher, I enjoyed him. He was fun, but he really did nothing for the plot besides get big and just have another hero in there. Quintessa Swindell, they were completely unnecessary as Cyclone. I would have rather have had Red Tornado. They were really just thrown in this film for no reason. And it's like, I would have rather have had this movie have 2 members of the Justice Society of America. Like, they're completely, like, all their other members have died or retired, and it's just the 2 that are left. And at the end, if Dr. Fate died, then it's up to Hawkman to rebuild his team separate from the Justice League. And then that could have been the movie. Like, after the events of Black Adam, Hawkman needs to build a new team to take down some kind of new threat. But him, like, having new recruits in this movie was stupid. And he's working with Amanda Waller. For somebody who has such a high sense of morality, he's working with one of the most evil women in the DCEU. Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. And like I said, the writing on this film is just terrible. It is awful. There are a few jokes that I did laugh at. Namely, like the one where he's like holding that bear and like, tell me that the man in black, and he like dies. I really like that. And there were some other moments that I thought like, that's funny. I laughed a little bit. But back to The Rock playing Black Adam, the backstory. So in the comics, Black Adam, who was born Teth-Adam, was the original champion for the Council of Wizards. He got the powers, but his were based on the Egyptian gods, and he became their champion, and he saved the people. But the power got a little too much for him and went to his head. He thought he would have been like a better ruler than the people who were in charge, and of course he started killing people all willy-nilly to maintain his rule, and the Council of Wizards banished him. So that was his villain origin story. And later in the comics, they've sort of made him an anti-hero, but he still has that original backstory. It's just like as time has gone on, he's like, all right, I've been wilding out, you guys were right. Let me try to be more like Shazam, although not as nice as Shazam. But in this movie, so Teth-Adam's son, Harut, becomes the champion of the gods. He gets the power from the Council of Wizards. And when he's in his champion form, the actor that plays him is Uli Latukufe, I believe is how you pronounce his name. And he plays like college age Rock on that TV show Young Rock. I really loved it. The Rock gave him a role. That just shows how nice of a guy Rock is. But like I said, I really like that story. He got the power from the Council of Wizards. And when they found out like that they pretty much can't stop him, they sent soldiers to kill his family. They killed his mom, and as his dad, who is The Rock, lied dying, he transferred his powers to him to save his life. And once he did that, they killed him, and it made The Rock angry, and he went and got revenge. So I love that story because he didn't get his powers from the Council of the Wizards. He got them from his son. His son transferred to him. That is a great change up of the story. It is amazing. I wish the rest of the film were that good. And is it a little weird that Shazam isn't really mentioned in this film? It is very weird, to be honest with you. It really doesn't make sense for it to be in present day and Shazam not be mentioned or have some kind of cameo, especially with their very similar power set and look, especially that kid talking about Batman, Wonder Woman, all these other heroes. He should have definitely mentioned Shazam. Some of that apparently has to do with The Rock wanting to keep them separate. But to do that, I feel like what they should have did was have this movie completely set in the past. The entire film should have been about The Rock gaining those powers from his son. He should have had it open. Should have had Uli be the main star for the first half of the movie until he dies and The Rock takes over and you have the final battle. And that, I think, would have been a better story. And they also kind of retconned what happened in Shazam, so it kind of makes a plot hole. Because in Shazam, the original champion that they chose, he turned on them and used the powers of the seven deadly sins to try and like take over the world. He freed them or whatever, and that's why they were all locked up. The seven deadly sins are not mentioned in this film at all. You have like the original, six demons of Sabak from the Rock of Finality. That's what's mentioned. So either they have to accept that as a plot hole, or now James Gunn and Peter Safran and the new DCU are free to create a new champion of the gods who existed before Black Adam and his son that the Council of Wizards could have created. And I think they should do that. And there's a DC character, his name is Aztec. They should change that character into the old champion, and he could have been the champion of the Mesoamerican gods that the Council of Wizards chose, and he tried to take over, I don't know, the Incans or the Mayans or El Dorado, something like that. I think they can make a great villain for the next Shazam movie. It'll be great to see them finally meet. I don't know when it is going to happen. Like I said, I'm very interested to see how the DCU move forward, because there is one thing that is just super fantastic about this film that has nothing to do with the plot really, but the post-credit scene is that Henry Cavill is back as Superman, baby. Yes, The Rock did it. He brought our boy home. Unfortunately, we lost him as The Witcher, but that's just how it goes. We're going to get a Man of Steel 2. It looks like that is moving forward very quickly, and it really does seem like The Rock wants Black Adam and Superman to fight. But here's the thing about it. At the end of this film, they don't really set them up as enemies. Superman says, "Hey, Black Adam, we need to talk." And then Black Adam kind of smiles. It looks like they're going to be friendly. So I don't know how they plan to make them enemies all of a sudden after that. I do have a good plan for that, though. If they continue with Snyder's vision somewhat, and that Darkseid still comes down to Earth and ends up taking over the mind of Superman. At that point, you have Black Adam and Shazam there to potentially try and take him down. They will fail, but I think you could have, The Rock doesn't like to be sucker punched in any of his movies and to go out like a chump. You should have him. There's this great episode of Justice League where Superman and Shazam fight, and they're pretty much equal, and what gives Shazam the edge for a little bit is the fact that he uses magic. Superman is weak to magic, but Superman has more experience. But at the end of the fight, Shazam grabs Superman and just keeps saying Shazam, Shazam, and the lightning keeps striking Superman in the chest. And it is a great scene, and eventually Superman gets out of it and turns Billy back into a kid and stops it. But they should do that role and a Nightmare timeline, but have it be Black Adam doing it, and Black Adam keeps striking Superman in the chest with his lightning and hurting him. So I think that would be a way that Black Adam and Superman can still fight, is if Superman were to somehow turn super evil. I don't know where they're going to go with the Black Adam sequel. I do want to see it. It will be interesting to see what they do there. I want to see a Justice Society of America movie. And I want to see what they do in Shazam. I want to see if The Rock appears in Shazam or if there's any mention. I do want to see this connection. And, those are my overall thoughts on the film. I know I probably talked a lot, I rambled a lot, but it's just the way it is. But that will do it for me, guys. You can watch this video and read the full review over on the website, flipfrogllc.com/flixfrog. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Reddit. And please, everybody, hey, please, come here. Come do this one thing for me. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Yes, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, the Facebook page, the website, anything and everything. FlixFrog, FlipFrog Books. Hit that thumbs up button, like, and follow. I got a lot of good stuff coming for you guys. Trust me, I just need you to up my followers. That's really what I'm asking here. Just up my followers up from what it is. My next Let's Talk Spoilers is probably going to be Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I thought about doing Tales of the Jedi, but I just don't have enough time to watch that before I go to my screening of Black Panther Wakanda Forever, and hopefully I even get to do that. I got a lot going on in the life right now. But yeah, it'll be Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I'll get that out to you guys, and until next time, I'll be seeing you.